Good time of day, be it morning, afternoon, or night. My name is Username here, and welcome to the final episode of the Law Enforcement Chronicles here in Saints Row 1. Today, we are back on Jazz Musician Guy, and we are going to get the final law enforcement vehicle, the 5-0. Thankfully, there is one right here, so we'll just hop in, press E or Y if you're on a console, and then hop right in. It's that easy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm, of course, kidding. Today, we're going to be getting a quota, but it's kind of cool that there was a police car up there. So, today, we're going to be getting the quota, which is the little, like, parking meter maid, I think they're called, scooter thing. And, there are some pieces of information that make getting this easier that I will now help you with. This will essentially be a guide on how to, the easiest ways to get the quota. The first thing you want to do, you can, of course, it's entirely possible to just be outside of your safe house in Saints Row, walk outside, and then whoops, there's a quota. Yeah, you have fun. But it's also not always in the spawn roster of vehicles that the game is spawning at any given time, so there are going to be a few things that you can do to increase the likelihood of getting it there. So the first thing, yeah, I know, this vehicle is kind of simple, but also at the same time it's not simple to get. But the first thing that I'm going to want to do, or that you're going to want to do, this is an entirely optional step, by the way, something that is helpful to do in order to get the quota, is to head right up here on the map, right here, to this chop shop, because when you do go to this chop shop, one of the vehicles on the list is a quota. And as a result of that, whether you're getting this for personal use or for this chop shop specifically, this will allow you to mark quotas on the minimap whenever they show up. Alright, here's the list, here's the quota, here's the FBI as well. You remember last episode I was telling you that, yeah, it's worth five grand a piece. There you go. Quota. Press Shift or the A button to add to HUD. It's now on the HUD. Oh, it's now on the HUD. And it says to go to high-end retail, which is where, up here? Yeah, that's false entirely. That's outright false. One of the flaws of this game, and it's,
Jesus Christ.
Thank you. One of the flaws of this game and its chop shop and hitman system are that some of the pieces of information that they give you for getting certain vehicles or hitman targets are just outright incorrect and wrong. Oh, white car. It's still limo. Alright. Still limos spawning. Plenty of limos around here. So now that we've got the quota and it'll be marked on the minimap as well, there are a couple of other things that we need to do. So the main way to get a quota, if it's not in the spawn roster like right now, is number one, it actually only spawns in the daytime, I believe. I've never seen it at night. It only spawns in the daytime. But there is a handy little trick to reset the game to 9 a.m. Oh, pardon me, that guy parked. I thought he was going to keep going. There is a handy little trick to reset the game to 9 a.m., which is what I'm about to go do, which will help us out greatly for this. Alright. For those that don't know, it's around here somewhere, right? Oh. It's that. Nice. For those that don't know, for some strange reason, don't ask me why, Saints Row 1 has a trick to it, where if you go to a movie theater and you play the first two opening cutscenes of the game in order, I believe canonized, and then, oh, those are missions. Where's cutscene? Yeah, if you play the Streets of Stillwater and then Rallying Cry in order, then it'll reset the game to 9 a.m. And I will now show you, and also mute. You want to see the Jazz Musician Guy in the opening cutscene? Well, here you go.
Hey man, this shit it cost you $600 in the store. Oh, whatever. Watch it.
Hey, baby, I can show you a good time.
Oh, hell no.
Man, fuck the rollers.
LeVar, you gonna let those bitches disrespect us?
Shit, what you think?
What the fuck you think you're doing?
Just being civic-minded is all.
That's so?
Yeah, some dumbass cracker went and shit all over this wall. We just cleaning it up.
By the way, I'm so sorry for making you sit through this, but how else will you see that it's authentic? How else will you see my legendary sideburns? Man. Well, that went well for them. I really understood the appeal of, like, the rear wheel well fender skirts that I got nowadays vehicles have. Weird, I don't get it. Also, rip that guy.
Wrong
really got that.
time,
Wait,
wrong
I have...
place, dog.
Why does my character have, like, white sneakers with red laces? Is that normal?
You okay, player?
Does every character have that?
Julius, let's move.
Well, we're in the middle of something, so we can't check right now. But am I supposed to have that? Does every character have that with the starting outfit? The black t-shirt and all that? Is that normal? Ah, I guess we'll find out.
That don't look so bad. You should be fine. That's Troy.
Hi, Keith David.
Thank him later.
Cameo appearance by Keith David.
The road ain't safe no more, son. We got gangs
Alright.
fighting over shit that ain't theirs. And you in the way, they don't care if you represent or not.
Julius, this is no time to recruit.
We need all the help we can get, son.
No, we need to get our asses out of here.
In a minute. Look, the road's got a problem. Come to the church when you want to be a part of the solution.
Thanks, Keith David. Alright, play Streets of Stillwater and then Rallying Cry. Alright. Remind me to check that. Also remind me to mention another thing about the quota later. Hopefully I'll remember.
Every motherfucker here knows what we need to do.
And if I don't, maybe
Those
I'll
bitches
just
be
remember at the
riding
end of the
around
video
here
or
thinking they
something.
own
I
these
don't know.
streets. I don't care what flags they fly. Rollers, Carnales, Vice Kings.
You know, all
one's
these
making
gangster
this nigga
types,
scared
and then
to
there's
walk the
just
road.
me who's about to
We
whip
about
out a
to lock this
saxophone.
down right now.
All right,
Great.
Yeah!
Fuck yeah. Who the fuck's this guy?
I'm
Troy and I
saxophone
We're
man.
gonna see if he'll ride with us.
Julius, if he wants to run with the Saints, he gotta be canonized.
By what? Playing a jazz song?
Right,
What
Julius, everyone had to do it.
You ready?
do you want? Kenny G, Kim Waters, Walter Beasley, Mindy Bear. Haha, I actually unironically like smooth jazz. That's not even... It's a joke, but it's not that much of a joke. I actually do enjoy smooth jazz. And here we go. It is now 9 a.m. as you can see right about there. 9 a.m. Nice. Reset the game clock to daytime. Now we're gonna go find a quota. How do you find a quota? Just spotted that yellow hammerhead over here. Looks pretty fancy. Maybe this is a fancy sport variant. Now look at this guy in this white wall. This person in their fancy looking hammerhead. Oh, carry on. You have fun. You have fun with that hammerhead today. Anyway, so yeah, the quota. Quota can spawn pretty much anywhere. I've seen it in Saints Row as soon as you start the game, but only in the daytime. So reset the clock to daytime by using that little hefty trick, by watching those cutscenes at a movie theater, and then just drive around Saints Row if you so wish. But I have noticed that... Oh, almost, that van almost got me. But I have noticed that the best place to find it is around up here in the downtown district. I don't know about the high-end retail district where the game tells you to look, but I have seen it in downtown a decent amount of times. So this episode will probably just be me driving around until it shows up on the minimap, or until it shows up in the spawn list. So that should show up. I don't know if having it marked on the chop shop gives it any more likelihood to spawn. But, you know, if it does, that would be pretty convenient. And if not, that's okay, because as soon as it does show up, we'll be able to see it on the minimap. I like how ambulances are spawning, by the way, because that's another chop shop vehicle that sort of has this same amount of rarity, but also kind of not. Like, if it's in the... Well, I just drove past a freaking hospital where it spawns, so yeah. The quota doesn't really have any fixed spawn points as far as I'm aware. So it's a little bit harder to get. Yeah, if you want to get an ambulance, just go to one of the hospitals. They'll likely be parked there. Go to the downtown one. It's most likely to have it parked. And, but the quota, just kind of, you gotta wait for it to just be in traffic, which it will eventually be. I'm also heading up to the high-end retail district just to see what decides to happen. Maybe it will show up in here. Or maybe I need to drive across several districts before it decides to show up. Either way, this is a very simple... Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's in the spawn. It's in the spawn menu now. Here we go. Here's one. Nice. Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Line now. Don't worry, you can trade. Take my police car. There's another one up there. Is this a high-end retail? Oh, I guess it is a high-end retail district. All right. Well, now we'll drive it back down to the garage. Here's the quota. Here's what it looks like. It has a siren. It's funny. And you can see as well on the bottom, that's what the vehicle icon looks like on the minimap for when the vehicle you want spawns. And now that it's in the spawn list, spawn roster in the game, you can obviously see we've seen like 6 of them already, not counting the one that I have. Not counting the one that I'm currently driving. Yeah, there's 2 more up, down that way. Up, down, that way. Oh, one of them's on this road down there below, I guess. yeah, so it's that simple. Just, if you want to find a quota, just do that. And while we're driving back, I will mention the thing that I wanted to mention. I was kind of indecisive on making an episode on the quota at all because I kind of feel like in some ways this vehicle is a little, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right, doesn't sit right with me somehow. It feels a little illegitimate in some ways. I think that's a pretty good word. It kind of feels a little bit more like a gag or an Easter egg vehicle because after all, it only like spawns in traffic sort of as a joke almost. Like the Stillwater Police Department doesn't actually use this. It's more of like, it's more of just like environmental flavor, I would say, because one of the Hitman targets is a meter maid that drives this, and it's also obviously one of the shop vehicles. And but it's not actually used by the Stillwater Police Department to chase the player, except for one mission, which I guess does kind of count because it's one mission, because it is one mission. But I don't know. It just, like I said, it doesn't really feel. It feels a little bit more like a novelty rather than a valid vehicle. It does return in Saints Row 2 though. And something that helps that as well is that it has a livery that matches the police car. This one doesn't have a livery that matches the police car, which doesn't really help its case. And so yeah, that's why I was on the fence about making a quota episode at all, but then I thought, I probably should, because all my, like, the interest counts, and what's the interest? You know, why does the interest count? It's technically a rare vehicle that's also not used by the police, or even any law enforcement. The IRS would technically be a law enforcement agency, but it could be argued as well that it's... But it could be argued as well. Here's another quota. Hi, quota. Mine now. The police don't care because I warped in. I didn't hijack her technically. I just warped in. But yeah, you know, why does the interest count? You know, what argument makes the interest count? I'm not actually sure. I would say it's a variant of the police car with the siren. And, you know, it's a variant of the police car. Does that mean the taxi counts? No. But it's a variant with a siren. So, but it's not. But I've also made it clear that variants that don't have sirens, such as like Just Cause with the San Esprito military vehicles, those are the same organization as law enforcement agencies technically, so that counts. But, you know, this one also is, and that, you know, whatever. Basically, I don't really have rules for my own series. Basically, the rules for my own series are kind of not etched in stone. But I kind of felt like the quota was more of a novelty than a valid, you know, law enforcement vehicle. But it does have a siren, and it is owned by the Stillwater Police Department, and I guess it does chase you in one mission, so I guess it does count, even if it is a novelty. Regardless, I did decide to do a quota episode, as you saw, and the quota episode's done. Also, while I was talking, as you saw, I did decide to just get 2 more that just happened to be there. And you obviously saw that, yeah, they were in the Saints Row District. But with all of that said, thank you guys so much for watching. That will be the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I said that twice. Shut up. I hope to see you all in the next one. But what I hope more is for each and every one of you to have the best day, morning, evening, night, or afternoon that you possibly can. Here's all our, here's all 5 of the law enforcement vehicles, the 5-0, the Peacekeeper, the FBI down here. That one's a little beat up. That one's also beat up. That one's kind of in the best shape, actually. Yeah, the FBI. And down here's the interest. And here's the quota. I'll drive the interest because it's the most interesting. Get it? It's a pun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one, but I hope more is for each and every one of you to have the best day, morning, evening, night, or afternoon that it possibly can. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Hang on, I just finished saving the game. Let me check something while I remember. Let's go back to Johnny Tango. Are you wearing the white shoes with the red laces? Oh yeah, I guess you are. Alright, well, I guess that is a thing. Huh. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.